Okay guys, let's review the steps for setting up your English Language Arts notebook. So first and foremost, I want you to write the following things on the front page in some sort of a permanent marker or a strong pen. Would you write your first and last name, ELA, and the numbers 20/21. So you're identifying this, and there will maybe a time when you are leaving this in the classroom that you have your last name, first and last name. So I would have JP Newman on here. You've got that this is ELA, not your math or science notebook, and the year 20 and 21. Now at some point we're going to put a cover on here, but for now this will work. Okay, your notebook has two sections to it. It has the front of the notebook, and 8th graders who had me last year, this is the same setup. So you've got the front of the notebook, which starts here on page 1, and this is titled your reader's notebook, okay? You also, if I turn the notebook over, now going from the back forward, you have your writer's notebook, okay? So we're gonna turn this back to the front, and this, this numbering sequence is really important, okay? On your front page, and so as you watch this, feel free to pause the video to complete the different steps, okay? So your first step was labeling the front. Your second step is going to be labeling the first page, and this is the first page in, like literally like the cardboard's right over here, okay? You're going to call this your reader's notebook, and on your reader's notebook, I want big letters, kind of reader's notebook across the top, like you see here. Right below that, I want you to write English Language Arts, use all caps, have it be big enough to cover the scene, and then down here, 2020 to 2021, okay? Go ahead and pause to do this. Again, the reader's notebook part should be prominent. If you're an artist and you decide that you want to do some decorations on here, you want to make it fancy, you want to do some doodles, stuff like that, great, go for it, okay? All right, next up, as you look in the upper right-hand corner, you see that our numbering for the upper right says R1, okay? So we're gonna label these or number these pages from R1 through like R25, okay? And this is the way that it works. So it's important that you're consistent on this. A lot of our notes are gonna span 2 pages. So the first page is R1. When I turn this page over, the second page is R2 and then R3, okay? So the key is that your even numbers are always going to be on the left side from the front. Your odd numbers are going to be on the right side. So would you please go ahead and label R2, R3, R4, R5, okay? Keep going. You're going to label all the way through R25, which should be on the right side, like you see here, okay? Go ahead and pause and then label this. Would you write this in pencil, please, to make sure that you have the correct labeling, okay? So once you have now labeled to R25, I want you to test to make sure that you have the labeling correct. Go ahead and turn to pages R12 and R13, okay? If your labeling is correct, R12 is on the left side, R13 is on the right, okay? If anything is different, if you skipped a step in here, if your numbering is off, would you please go back and erase, okay? Turn a couple of pages further. R22 on the left, R23 on the right, okay? If all of this works and you've labeled through R25, good job. You are done with your first section of labeling, okay? If you need to fix something in here, pause the video and then go back and fix it. Make sure that you have the R and the number. Okay, once you have that, you are ready for the next step, which is we're going to take our notebook and turn it over to the back side. Okay, now you've got the back of the notebook forward. This is the opposite from the front. You're going to open this up, and you're going to give this a title just like you see here. So it's the same thing as the reader's notebook, but this side is the writer's notebook. So again, following the same process, you have writers and notebook at the top. It's in big bold letters. It spans the entire width of the page. A little bit further down, English Language Arts. and then the year 2020 and 2021. And now in the upper left-hand corner, because this is the left-hand page, the right-hand page is the back cover, would you please label W1? Okay, go ahead and pause your video here and create your first, this is the cover page or the title page of your writer's notebook. Again, if you're an artist, this is a great place to add some elaborations. Okay, please pause now. Okay, now that you're coming back, you've got your writer's notebook identified. We're going to do our numbering the same way. So we're numbering sequentially, which means every page, front and back, has a new number going forward. So I'm paying attention to that number up here. This is W1. The front, when we did that, that was R. In the back, it's W, okay? So we have W1. When I turn the page now, W2, and that's on that's the same sheet of paper as the writer's notebook. Guys, if you see me being really thorough here and picky, I am really thorough and picky. Okay, so you want to make sure that your numbering is exactly as you see here. Okay, if it changes, go back and erase, make it different. So we have W1 as the cover page. Turn the page, W2. Left side, W3. Okay, turn the page, W4. W5, okay? We're gonna take this numbering the same way that we did before. This is going all the way through W25. So we go to W24 here. We'll go ahead and write our last one in, W25 on the left, okay? Would you pause your video and using pencil, write your numbers all the way through W25. Okay, restarting again. If you've done this correctly, you should be able to open to, and let's just choose a random page. We're going to open to pages W10 and W11. If you look at W10 and W11, they should face each other. W10 right over here, W11 right over there. Okay. Turning a couple pages further, W18 right side, W19 left side. If you need to adjust what you have written, please do so to make sure that your page numbering is exact. When these two things are complete, your notebook setup is also complete.